Hello everyone, good evening to all of you. This is Raph, one who gets bread, and tonight we're going to be looking at another Pokemon TCG deck testing using our Alolan Raticate deck that we've made to fit into the standard format right now. So no D cards, only E, F, and G regulation cards. Therefore we stay in rotation, and the other great thing about this deck, it's a single prizer, so you do not need to spend that much money on trying to build the deck yourself. The deck list, I'm still trying to finalize it and stuff, but a version of the deck list will be on my YouTube feed shortly. I'll post it there. And in the previous video, we tested out against the Solrock Lunatone deck. Very powerful single prize deck where you're just stacking energies using the Solrock ability onto your Lunatone, and then as that main attacker is getting all those energies, you're able to do more damage with its main attack. Tonight we have a different deck. This is the Ambipom Coin Flip deck. This was made back when Pokemon Go's TCG set was released, so that was sometime in 2022, over the summer, so it's almost 1 year since this set came out. And the cool thing about this deck was the insane amount of coin flips you'll be doing for both the Ambipom's ability as well as its attack. Again, this is an attack that's based off of how much energy you have attached to the Ambipom, then you're flipping a coin for each of those energy. So this deck was actually hit by the rotation. A lot of the cards needed were rotated out, specifically the Quick Ball, as well as the Glimwood Tangle, and as well as Marnie, another staple trainer card that we've covered before. So I went and replaced the cards with other in-rotation ones. So you see the Capturing Aroma that's going to be replacing the Quick Ball, for example. There's a lot of other things thrown in here to make sure it's in rotation. Alright, without further ado, let's go and shuffle our decks, and I'll be going into how to actually play a game of the TCG in general. Of course, there's going to be different strategies involved and specific combos, as well as specific text effects that you need to follow when you're playing, depending on your deck, but I just want to give another general guide on how to play a TCG game. Alright, so in the background I'll have this piece called Symphony No. 2 in D major, Opus 24 by Niilo Korsulainen. Sorry about that if I butchered that last name, but this is Niilo's Symphony No. 2 in D major, Opus 24. Please enjoy. This is just going to be our background music. That's going to be up there. Okay, so to get started with any match in the Pokemon TCG, of course you need to get a deck. Deck is usually 60 cards. You usually want a main attacking line, then some support Pokemon, a lot of basics, and then there are stage 1, stage 2s, what have you, depending on the deck. And then you also want some Vs, EXs, all those ultra rare cards. Not every deck will use ultra rarity cards. A lot of them, because people are trying to find the best options financially, they go to single prize decks, which do not include anything like a V-Star, V-Max, or EX card. The other components of a deck are your energy as well as your trainer cards. So the energy cards are used for attacking and retreating. Trainer cards could fall into 3 categories. They could be item cards, so basically deck search, effects for attacks and abilities, draw engines could also be item cards. You also have your stadiums, which stay in play for both players, and then your support cards, which are your trainers and other characters from the games, maybe NPCs or important gym leaders, what have you. And they usually have the more powerful effects, therefore you can only play one during your turn in general. Alrighty, with that being said, let's go and shuffle our decks, but I've been shuffling them before I started the stream, so we're just shuffling them to make sure that they're very consistently mixed up. Alright. And this one as well. Yeah, alright. Just make sure they're even. There are other ways to shuffle decks, but I find this one easiest to learn. I still struggle with it, as you can see, but there are many other ways to shuffle a deck. Alright, so let's just say these are shuffled, even though they're spilling everywhere. Alright, we have our shuffled decks. Alright, now we have to decide who wants to go first. So this is usually where the two players will shake hands, say, "Hi, how are you? Ready to play?" "Yes, I am." Okay. So now someone says heads or tails, and then the person who gets the coin flip, or we're using a dice in this example, the person who wins this coin flip will decide to either go first or second. So let's say this Ambipom deck is going to say tails, and they want to go second. Alright, so since they're calling tails, we actually need an odd number on the dice for the Ambipom deck to be chosen. Alright, so it landed on the one spot, so that means we are going to be going second on the Ambipom deck. So now when you go second, you could actually attack. You could also play a supporter your first turn. The player who's going first on their first turn cannot do that. So let's see that in action. First, we need to get our starting hand of 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For both of the decks, we'll be doing this, and we need at least one basic Pokemon in this starting hand to be in a good shape to be able to even play the game. Alright, so it looks like in this hand, if we go to our Pokemon, in the upper left, you'll see a mark that says Basic, Stage 1, or Stage 2. It looks like we have one Basic, it's this Ralts, so that means I'm going to be placing the Ralts face down in my active spot. If I had any other basic Pokemon, which I do not in this hand, I could place them on the bench if needed. You could have up to 5 Pokemon on your bench. So once that's done, once you do have an eligible basic Pokemon, what you want to do now is get your prize cards. So you actually have 6 prize cards in each game, and they stay face down. You win a match in Pokemon by taking all your prize cards. You take a prize card each time you successfully knock out the opponent's Pokemon. The first person to take all their prize cards wins. Alright, so those are prize cards. They're off camera, but they're there. Okay, let's do the same for the Ambipom deck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 as our starting hand. Do we have any basics? Oh, unfortunately, we do not. So, when you do not have a basic Pokemon in your first 7-card hand, what you do is you call a mulligan. You usually will shuffle the deck, but in order to save time, I'm just cutting it. And you draw another 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do you have any basics here? We do not, again, so we need to take another mulligan. So let's shuffle these, put them at the bottom. Alright. Looks like we're getting a ton of mulligans. That's not very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is our second mulligan. Alright, so we do have a basic Pokemon this time, which is good. We have a Zorua. Since we only got that basic Pokemon, let's put it down onto our active. And since the opponent, the Ambipom deck on the left, took 2 mulligans, the Eradicate player gets to take 2 extra cards. Alrighty. I think we have all that we need to begin. So let's flip over our Pokemon. And in order to start your turn, remember, Team Ambipom or Team Zora won the coin flip. They're going second. So that means Team Ralts is going first. In order to begin your turn, you draw a card from your deck. And now, within this first turn for the first player, unfortunately, we cannot attack, nor could we use one of our supporters. However, like in any turn, we could attach one energy from our hand to one of our Pokemon. We could use as many items as we'd like to. We could also even set up a stadium, but I do not have a stadium right now, so we could place down a benched Pokemon. That has to be a basic. You want to at least have one Pokemon on your bench at all times, because if you don't have anything on your bench and your active gets KO'd, you automatically lose. So it's best to keep something on the bench. So this Ralts, it's going off screen, but just know we have a benched Ralts. There's not much I could do in my hand for right now. I could attach energy, but we kind of do not need energy attached right now. Can't even attack on our first turn. That's another thing. If you're the player going first on your first turn, you cannot attack. Since we can't do anything, we have to call pass. I actually forgot something very crucial on the Team Ambipom side. I forgot to get the prize card, so let me take care of that right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Alright, with that cleared out of the way, we could draw our card on Team Ambipom. Since we are the player going second and it's our first turn, that means we could actually use a supporter if we want to, and we could also attack, which is pretty nice. Looks like there isn't anything worth doing right now, so I think we're going to have to pass as well. Okay, so now it's Team Ralts' turn. We begin the turn by drawing a card. Okay. We need to use something here to... We have so much in our hand, but we do not have any Pokemon Search. So it looks like we're going to have to pass again. And now it's Team Zora. Sometimes games will end up like this where you're just continuously passing, but you'll get there eventually. Don't worry about it. Okay, so now we have a supporter that could be useful, actually. This is Professor's Research. It's one of the staples in most decks because it lets you get a fresh new hand. Before you do play any supporters, you need to be mindful of your other cards that you have, and you might need them later. So, for example, this Zora was in play for one turn. Once a basic is in play for one turn, you could find a stage 1 that evolves from that basic and evolve that basic by placing it down like this. You could evolve as many Pokemon as you'd like during a turn. However, that Pokemon that you're evolving has to stay in its previous state for one turn total. So that means I can't go, for example, let's say if I had a Kirlia and a Gardevoir on this side for the Ralts. I can't go Ralts to Kirlia to Gardevoir in the same turn. No, I need to wait one turn in between each time I evolve it. But if I had Ralts here, and to Kirlia, yes. As long as I've waited one extra turn, since I've placed the two basics, I could go Kirlia, Kirlia. I could do that. Just can't do it twice on the same Pokemon, the specific same Pokemon card, the same turn. Alrighty, with that being said, our Zoroark is now here. It evolved from the Zora that was in play for at least one turn. After that, I am going to go and probably Professor's Research. So I'm going to go and discard my whole hand per this rule box here on the supporter, and once I play the supporter, I can't play another. So we're just going to play it, discard your hand, and draw 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alrighty. Let's see what we have. Okay, so now we do have an APOM. This is going to be part of our main attack for this deck, so I'm going to put the APOM on our bench. It's going to be up here, off camera a bit, but there's an APOM up there. What else do we have? We also have a level ball. So usually Pokeballs are very important in the trading card game as they are in the games where they actually let you find Pokemon that you might need. Specifically, the level ball works by searching your deck for a Pokemon with a 90 HP or less, revealing it, and then putting it into your hand. Once that Pokemon is in your hand, if it's a basic, you could put it down. You could also evolve it, because some of these stage 1s actually have 90 HP or less. So let's see what we find. Let's use this level ball. So we're going to discard it once we use it. We're going to search into our deck for a Pokemon with a 90 HP or less. Let me find one that I could probably discuss in detail. Here's one. Okay, so Bidoof. So there's something called a draw engine in most decks. A draw engine helps you access cards from your deck, and of course, as the name implies, you could draw more cards, you have more options in your hand, and you could also have a smoother play as long as you have those options available. So Bidoof engine involves the B-Barrel card. Let me try and see if I have it in here. Oh, I do not have a B-Barrel. It's part of my prize card. It's one of my prize cards, it looks like. So anyways, there's a B-Barrel card where you have this, here's one, Industrious Incisors ability, where once during your turn you may draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand. So again, it's another draw engine. Another draw engine that's very popular right now would be the Curlia draw engine. We also have the more uncommon Liepard draw engine, but they basically work in the same way. So let's start setting up our engine by placing the Bidoof onto our bench, and then we'll shuffle. Hello, Adventures of Anna. How are you? Thanks so much for tuning in. I know it's late. Don't ruin your sleepy schedule. Do not worry, I will not. Thank you so much for the concern. I really appreciate it. Hope your day was going well. Do anything fun? Alright, so this is shuffled. Okay, anything else I'd like to do? I am also going to probably not do that yet. Do want to get that energy out of my do want to get that energy out of there first, but I think I'm gonna hold off on doing that. However, let's talk now about abilities. So during your turn you could use as many abilities as you'd like, as long as there isn't an effect where it says on the text you can't use this ability more than once or anything like that, or an item is in play. So on this Zoroark, we have this ability called Phantom Transformation. Once during your turn, you may choose a Stage 1 Pokemon except any Zoroark from your discard pile. If you do, discard this Pokemon and put the chosen Pokemon in its place. So I'm going to actually use that ability, so therefore I'm going to take the Zoroark, put it into the discard, search for a Stage 1 I want to use, and I think I'm going to replace it with our Ambipom, our main attacker. Alrighty. Once that's done, I think I'm going to end my turn and answer the questions in chat. What was for Din Din? Oh, I had Chinese food, but not large amounts of it because we kind of had a late lunch. My family went to a local art museum. It was pretty fun. We spent the whole day there, basically. And when we got back, it was stormy for a bit, so the long trip home was even longer. So we just picked up lunch, we got canes, and then maybe a few hours later, we had a light dinner, which was Chinese food. What did you have for Din Din? Alrighty. That being said, let's go to Team Ralts. We draw a card to begin the turn. We still do not have any draw engine, it looks like, unfortunately. I could Professor's Research, but that's very risky to do because we have dark patches in here, we have dark energy, we have double turbo, which will be used for Eradicate, so I just need a Rattata. We do not have any, unfortunately, so we're just going to go pass again. Oh yeah, chicken soup, nice. I haven't had Campbell's chicken soup in a while. It's very nostalgic. I need to get some soon. Alrighty, so Team Ambipom. We draw a card to begin our turn. Professor's Research was the card we drew. That will get rid of our Zoroark, so I do not want to do that yet. Don't want to get rid of our Zoroark. We might need it later. Alright, I guess we're passing as well. Let's go to Team Raticate. Oh, look at that. It's a Hawlucha. Alright, so we could place this Hawlucha down onto our bench. Let's see what its ability is, though. Ability is Flying Entry. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you may choose 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon and put 1 damage counter on each of them. That sounds like a good idea, but if we see our Raticate here, Super Fang, put damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon until its remaining HP is 10. We might want to use our Hawlucha once we actually start rolling with our Raticate. So I'm going to actually save face here and once again pass to the next player. Alright, we draw a card on Team Ambipom's turn to begin. We have a Blunder Policy. Okay, so this is an example of a tool card. Attach a Pokemon tool to one of your Pokemon that doesn't have one attached yet. If the Pokemon this card is attached to uses an attack, if you flip any coins for damage or effect that attack, and if any of them are tails, draw 3 cards at the end of your turn. Alright, so we're going to do that. Going to place that Blunder Policy there. It's kind of a safeguard, so at least we get something if we flip a tails. Everything else I think we're going to keep, other than Rescue Carrier, maybe? Yeah, let's get that Rescue Carrier in. Alright, so Rescue Carrier, put up to 2 Pokemon each with a 90 HP or less from your discard into your hand. Alright, so let's look in a discard for something with 90 HP or less. There's a Zora and a Cherrim. So let's make sure we have those into our hand. And now we place the Zora down onto our bench. Alrighty. We could also use the Ultra Ball to try and find the... what was I going to say now? The Cherubi, so let's do that as well. Or we could also evolve our Bidoof into B-Barrel. In order to use the Ultra Ball card, again, one of those Pokemon search cards, you have to discard 2 other cards from your hand. So usually I like picking 2 cards that I probably won't be needing, or something I could easily get out. Specifically, maybe this Ambipom, but I might actually evolve this Apom over here, so I'm going to actually evolve that into Ambipom. Okay, so other than that, I might go Research and... oh, that's a tough decision. Rescue Carrier? No. The Cherrim I just pulled out. Maybe the Cherrim. Get rid of the Cherrim. I'll go Research. Yeah, I'll get rid of Professor's Research and the Cherrim. So now, let's search for that B-Barrel. We know it's in here because we saw it previously. Alright, where is it? It's hiding. I think it's hiding from us. It is hiding. This B-Barrel is hiding. She's hiding from us. There it is. There she is. Alright. So immediately evolve the Bidoof. That was in play for at least 1 turn. Shuffle. And now, let's see that ability, Industrious Incisors. Once during your turn, you may draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand. We currently have... wait, actually, before I use that ability... no, never mind. We have 2 cards in our hand, so that means let's draw 3. Okay, there we go. So now, I'm going to actually do more things. I'm going to go look for a level ball. So, search your deck for a Pokemon with 90 HP or less. I'm going to use that to pull out Cherubi. Place the Cherubi onto my bench up here. It's almost full. There's only one spot left, so I need to keep good note of that. Level ball into the discard since we've used it. Alrighty. Now we could attach our energy for turn. You could only do this once from your hand unless otherwise stated by an ability or an item or supporter. There we go. Double turbo into the Ambipom. Now, carrier. No, we could save that for next turn. Alrighty. Since we do have enough energy now to attack, let's see what this attacking is all about. So, on the attack, you have your energy cost. This one is specifically one colorless, so any type of energy would have worked. If it was a grass energy attached to it, it would have been fine. If it was a fire, if it was a water, you just need one since it's colorless. One colorless energy for full tilt fling. Flip a coin for each energy attached to this Pokemon. This attack does 60 damage for each heads. Okay, so 60 times 2 because we have double turbo energy. This is a special energy, and the attacks of the Pokemon discard is attached to do 20 less damage to your opponent's Pokemon. So this is before applying weakness and resistance, so it's actually going to be 40. Oh wait, let me think how I'm going to do this. I think it's 60 and then minus, so that initial one, it's going to be 40, but then everything else is 60, or it could also be at the end. I think it might actually be everything. I'm going to treat it in this video as it's going to be 40 instead of 60 here, so let's do that. Or is the first one, it might be the first one is 40, so 60 minus 20, 40, and then everything else is 60. But either way, let's just pick a system and then I'll look it up later on. Okay, so we have 2 energy, we need to do coin flip. And for heads, we need even numbers, so we'll do this twice. That's an odd. And that's also an odd, unfortunately, so we do not do any damage. However, we have this blunder policy tool where it says if your coin flip is tails for an attack, then you draw 3 cards at the end of your turn. So let's draw 3 cards. Once you attack, your turn ends, but now we get to draw 3 cards because of how the coin flip went. Alrighty, Team Ralts. Let's draw a card. Ultra Ball. Oh my goodness, finally. Alright, Ultra Ball. Discard 2 cards from your hand. If you do, search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Alright, I am going to go with... How many dark patches do I have? I'm going to go for a Darkness Energy. And... also, let's see, Rare Candy, no, Clara, that's an important card, I'm not going to get rid of it. Escape Rope, Boss's Orders, huh, very interesting cards. Let me think. Because we do need to attach energy later on to get it out of there, or we could go Escape Rope. You know what? Let's do 2 Darkness Energy are going to be discarded alongside that Ultra Ball, and let's get cooking by placing one of those Rattata. Let's look for a Rattata. There's a Rattata. Alright, so from my hand directly to my bench because there's an open spot. Now I shuffle my deck. Different increments. And maybe take out the middle. That. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do a weird combination like so. Alright. Okay, so now I am going to go and attach double turbo energy to our Rattata here, our Rattata friend. I'm also going to go and use a dark patch. This is an item that gets things out of your discard. So attach a basic dark energy card from your discard pile to one of your bench dark Pokemon. We have our Rattata there. So there we go. We attach the energy to the Rattata. This goes into the discard. Now, we still haven't played our supporter yet, so let's do something kind of feisty, alright? Let's go and boss's orders. So, this is another staple in a lot of decks. Switch one of your opponent's bench with their active, so we get to choose what we want to bring out. In that case, let's go and switch out the Ambipom for... I think this is going to be very mean. Alright, B-Barrel. It's a very costly attack. It's their engine, so let's put that into the active so you can mess around with it. Alrighty. We can't attack yet, so we're going to just pass. Alright, Team B-Barrel's turn. Going to draw a card. Gloria. I'm going to go Rescue Carrier. Oh wait, no. I'm not going to Rescue Carrier yet. Going to wait for a bit. I'm going to go play the Stadium Pokemon with a rule box in play. Both yours and your opponents have no abilities. So Path to the Peak is going down. So Pokemon with a rule box, those are usually your ultra rares. They could also be your Radiant Pokemon too. Alright, afterwards I am going to go and Surrealist Premonition. We need a Rescue Carrier? No, we need something to get that thing out of there. So you want to use the Cherubi. Okay, so first I am going to go and attach this energy, this grass energy, to our Ambipom. The other Ambipom, to be exact. Now I am going to go and use a Rescue Carrier to put up to 2 Pokemon from the discard pile with 90 HP or less. So... or we could save it, actually, because there's only one thing in there. That's fine. Let's get our money's worth and save that. However, we could play the Zoroark to evolve our Zora. That's been there. Gloria, Roxanne. No, we can't use that yet. We could use our B-Barrel's ability. Sorry about that. Our Industrious and Scissors. We have 4 cards in our hand. Let's draw another to get to 5. It's another energy. Alright. Okay. Afterwards, let's use... I probably won't use this Acerolus Premonition yet. Okay. We can't attack. We could try and get the B-Barrel out, but I do not have an escape rope. So we're just going to pass. Okay, Team Ralph's turn. We draw a card to begin it. Ooh, Panic Mask. So this is another Pokemon tool. Prevent all damage done to the Pokemon this card is attached to by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon that have 40 HP or less. That sounds like a job for our Raticate, which we can evolve into from the Rattata that's been in play from the bench for at least one turn. So let's do that. Let's get our Raticate out there. Now, let's go and... no, not research. Let's go and escape rope. So each player switches their active Pokemon with one of their bench. Your opponent switches first. Okay, so that means Team B-Barrel is going to choose... Let's try to get rid of... I really want to get rid of the B-Barrel. But let's get rid of our Cherubi. Let's get rid of their energy engine. Once this becomes a Cherrim, we would be able to start stacking on energy. So let's try and prevent that. Alright, so now we choose what Pokemon to switch in. We're going to switch in our fellow Raticate. Alrighty. Now, I think we do get to attack. Let's see if we have enough energy. So we have 1 darkness and 2 colorless. That's gonna work for Super Fang. Put damage counters on your opponent's active until the remaining HP is 10. Alrighty, that means I'm reaching into here, grabbing this right here. So now it's at 10 HP. Actually, this would be moved to 30. Place right there, but sometimes on the larger HP Pokemon, I like to put just a 10 up there, but let's put the 30 down since it's manageable. Alright, next piece of music, I'm going to be looking up another original symphony made by someone. Again, that was the Symphony No. 2 in D major, Opus 24 by Niilo Korsulainen. Alright, so now let's see another one. Okay, so this is going to be Symphony No. 1 in C sharp minor, Opus 5 by the same Niilo Korsulainen. Alright, let's give this one a listen. C sharp minor, very interesting. Okay. So that was the end of our turn on Team Raticate. We did attack, so let's go over to Team Cherubi. Alright, we drew a card for our turn. We might want to do something about the Cherubi. We might want to switch it out or something like that. Okay, with that in mind, let's save that rescue carrier. Let's go and attach for turn to the Cherubi. Let's bring that out of this spot. So, there we go. Let's bring... So the retreat that I just did there, we have a retreat cost at the bottom right, 1 colorless, so 1 energy. Goes into the discard. Now you bring out Pokemon from your bench. In place of it, you put the Pokemon onto your bench. That's how you retreat. The damage still stays, so there you go. Okay, so now we have our Ambipom there. Let me think what I want to do. Let's go and rescue carrier. So we're not at 10 HP anymore, so that will be helpful for us since we could pull this Cherrim out via rescue carrier. And then now we have this ability here. It's kind of like another engine, but it's an energy engine. Spring Bloom says as often as you like during your turn, you may attach grass energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon that doesn't have a rule box. So since this Cherubi was in play for more than 1 turn, we could evolve it into Cherrim. Let's go and attack with the Ambipom. This time we'll be flipping for 2 because of that Full Tilt Flings effect, so we need 2 even numbers. The first flip is odd. The second flip is also odd. So that means we do not do any damage. However, because of that blunder policy, we do draw 3 cards. Very interesting trade-off. Alright. Team Raticate's turn. We draw a card to begin it. It's a basic dark energy. And Lucha is still there. Professor's research is very tempting, let me tell you that. It's very tempting to use it right now. And do you know what? I'm thinking of using it. Or we could use Chase Up. I'm going to keep going. Yeah, I'm going to keep going with this. Alright, so let's use Super Fang on the Ambipom. Okay, so usually we would be worried about the damage going on to the Ambipom because of its ability where it says if any damage is done to this Pokemon by attacks, flip a coin. If heads, prevent that damage. However, on the Raticate, it says put damage counters, and this is different from doing damage. Damage would be on this side, whereas damage counters is in effect, so we're able to do that. Right, so now that Ambipom's HP is 10. There we go. It's going to signify it's at 10. Okay, Team Ambipom's turn. Look at this, we have a gift energy. Alright. Kind of need to do something here. Let's go and attach a gift energy to the other Ambipom that's all the way over here. There we go. I'm gonna move my music phone over here, I guess. Okay. We kind of need to switch out because we don't want to be in a bad position with that Ambipom there on 10 HP. So we either need a supporter that puts it into our hand, or we need to switch it out and let something else take the fodder. Okay. Let's go and... Gardenia's Vigor, no. Roxanne, no. Acerola. Capturing Aroma, no. We have a full... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did something get knocked out? No, I don't think so. We almost have a full bench. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we have only space for one more thing. I don't know what we want to be on there, though, but... Oh well. Okay, I'm just rambling. Let's use Gardenia's Vigor to try and get some grass energy. So draw 2 cards. If you draw any cards this way, attach up to 2 grass energy cards from your hand to one of your bench. Right, so draw 2. Go. Oh, look at that. Gardenia's Vigor again and a grass energy. Let's go and attach this per the Spring Bloom ability to our Ambipom over here. Let's go and retreat for this Ambipom. So we need to discard... Oh, that's not possible to do. Never mind. Looks like we're going to be stuck in play. Let's see what happens. Okay. So that means full tilt fling again for 2 flips. We need 2 even numbers. 1 even, 1 odd. So 60 minus 40, or 60 minus 20, not 60 minus 40. Or 60 minus 20 is 40, so 40 times 1, that's just going to be 40. I think I'm doing that correct. I'll have to look it up again. Okay, so now Raticate has 40 HP on it. However, forgot to take into account its Pokemon Tool card. Look what happens. We go here. Panic Mask. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by opponents that have 40 HP or less. It only has 10 HP less, so that attack actually does nothing. Look at that. Alrighty. So it actually doesn't do 40 HP. Okay, let's go and go to Alolan Raticate's turn. So we draw to begin it. Alrighty. Okay, so we need to force a switch, so that's how this deck is played, because we can't really do anything right now. And if we switch out, it's just going to nuke one of our routes, and we do not want that at all. So we need to figure out a way on how to switch. So what I'm going to do is hopefully we get another escape rope. I could also... yeah, I can't quick shooting it. So I'm going to actually have to, unfortunately, use Professor's Research. And we're going to draw 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See if we have an escape rope or a boss's orders. We do not this time. We do have a mass shift, so let's put that down. And research again, panic mask. Okay, so it looks like this time we will have to... oh wait, nest ball. I think what I have. Oh wait, I know what to do. Let's use Nest Ball. So search your deck for a basic Pokemon and put it onto your bench. Then shuffle your deck. Alrighty, let's do that. Let's search for our Radiant Pokemon. I think there's a Radiant Pokemon in here. Here we are. Here's a Radiant Pokemon. So Radiant Pokemon are basically the shiny versions of certain Pokemon, and you have a rule where you can't have more than one Radiant Pokemon in your deck. This means that you can only have one Pokemon card in your whole deck that has the word Radiant in it. So that means, since it's a basic, we could put it down onto our bench as long as there's space, which there is. Now we shuffle. However, we do have that path to the peak that's kind of hindering us. Pokemon with a rule box, aka this Radiant Alakazam, do not have any abilities. So, we're kind of stuck in a corner here. We could probably look for a different Pokemon card. Just to... that was like what not to do, because you weren't taking into account the stadium. So here's what to probably do. So since that Nest Ball is looking for a basic... you'll probably want to either set up your Sobble or another Rattata. So in that case, let's go and set up a Sobble in order to get our quick shooting Inteleon. So Sobble onto the bench. We shuffle again. Pretend that Radiant Alakazam did not happen unless it was used to explain Radiant Pokemon. Alright. Okay, so now we already played our supporter. Don't need to attach any energy. Let's use our chase up attack instead. So search your deck for a card and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Alright. There we go. Let's get our Kirlia engine. We were talking about the Kirlia draw engine earlier. Let's start trying to put it together. Going to shuffle more. Alrighty. So our turn ended, so it goes back to Team Ambipom. We really need to switch out of that Ambipom in the front. Okay. So now we have a judge. And do you know what? What if I was suspecting they had something dangerous from that chase up ability, or chase up attack? Let's use Judge to make them shuffle their whole hand and draw 4 cards. But the catch is we have to do that as well, so let's do that. Let's use Judge. Shuffle our hand into the deck. Make sure it's in the same orientation first. Okay, it's all shuffled in. Alright, now we draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our cards now. Alright, now we also have to do the same thing here on the Team Eradicate side. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Once again, we do need to retreat, but we do have enough energy to retreat, but it's a double colorless energy type card, so I don't know. You can't split a card in half mid-game, so kind of stuck in the active position for now. Therefore, let's go and pass. Team Eradicate. Draw for turn. Alright. We need to move it to the bench in order to use our Halucha ability. We probably also need to search for something too. We can't do that right now, unfortunately. Let's go and attach one of these dark energy to the Mastiff, just in case. Alright. Canceling Cologne won't really help us right now, so we could use Chase Up again. Let's search our deck for one of those cards. Let's get that Curlia back. Okay, now we're going to shuffle. Alright. Now it's Team Ambipom's turn. Draw for turn. Energy Recycler. Yeah, why not? Yeah, let's do that. Oh wait. We only would be recycling 1 energy, never mind. Let's keep that there. Rescue Carrier. No, we don't need to rescue anything yet. However, I kind of just need some cards, so I could play Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno, but we might play him. And just be getting 4 cards again. That might help us, so let's go Bruno again. So shuffle our hand into the deck. So I thought I did that upside down. I did not, which is good. We just draw 4 after this. 2, 3, 4. Ah, we have a boss's orders, and we need that boss's orders. Alright, so since again we have that panic mask on the Eradicate, there's no point in attacking, so let's go and pass the Team Eradicate. Draw for turn. It's another Eradicate. We do have our Curlia, however, so let's evolve one of our Ralts that just been sitting there for more than 1 turn. Now we could use our Curlia's ability, Refinement. You must discard a card from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may draw 2 cards. Alrighty, let's discard Canceling Cologne. Draw 2. Rare Candy. Alrighty. Can't really do anything here. So, Chase Up again. Let's look for an Inteleon, because then we would have our Sobble set up. Or a Mabostiff. Either one. Let's see where that Mabostiff is, because that's a harder card to get, I think. Might be in our prize. Yeah, I think Mabostiff is in our prize. Therefore, we need to use our Chase Up to get the Inteleon. Let's just shuffle for a bit. Cards up top. There we go. Alright. Now it's Team Ambipom's turn, and the score is still 6-6. No one has made any KOs. No, look at this. Avery. We could discard one of their cards. either the Sobble or the Curlia. Which one will be more interesting? You could also go Boss's Order and get rid of something as well. Let's try to get rid of there. Let's try to go Boss's Orders. I'd attack the... I don't know if I'd attack the Curlia. I'd probably try and attack the Curlia. Alrighty. There we go. Right, let's go and use our full tilt fling. Once again, 2 energy. So 2 coin flips, we need 2 even numbers. 1 even number. 1 odd, so that's only going to be doing 40 damage. Alrighty. Still better than nothing. Alright, now Team Curlia is going to draw a card. It's another Sobble. In our hand, we have Rare Candy. Choose one of your basic Pokemon in play. If you have a Stage 2 in your hand that evolves from that Pokemon, put that card into the basic Pokemon to evolve it. Alright. We have Inteleon. So, now... go to that. There we go. Now, Inteleon is very important here because of the quick shooting ability. Once during your turn, you may put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. So we could knock out their Ambipom if we want to right here. We can knock it out if we want to. We have an attach per turn. I kind of want to keep that double turbo energy there. Let's go and kill that. Oh, wait, actually, let's discard a card from our hand first. Let's discard a Dark Energy to get 2 cards using Refinement. We have another Alolan Rattata, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our bench is full. Okay. Let me try and play something else. We have an attached per turn, so let's put our double colorless onto the Rattata. And I think that's all I'm going to do for now, unless I go Arven, look for a Dark Patch. Set that up, yeah. Arven, going to play Arven as my supporter for the turn. Search your deck for an item card in the Pokemon tool, reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Let's look for our Pokemon tool. There we go, Panic Mask. Item card. Ooh, we do not have any more Dark Patches, it looks like. So the only thing we could pull out are the Pokeballs. Let's pull out an Ultra. Alrighty. Let's attach the Panic Mask to the Rattata. Okay, we can't attack, so we're going to say pass. Alrighty. Team Ambipom. You draw a card to begin the turn. It's another Ambipom. You could go into Avery to discard a bunch of their bench. Oh wait, I forgot to do quick shooting. So quick shooting. Wait, let's go back. Sorry about that. I forgot about quick shooting. Normally you can't go back like this, but I'm just doing it so we could show the ability and to teach about the ability and the strategy as well. So back to our turn on Team Curlia's side, we would go quick shooting. So once during your turn, you may put 2 damage counters on any Pokemon. Ambipom has only 10 HP left, so we would kill the Ambipom or KO it. We would take a prize card for that. Okay. Then now we can't attack, so we're just going to keep that in there. So they bring out 1 Pokemon that's new. Okay, now we continue as normal. Alright, so we already drew a card, so I'm not going to do that again. However, let's get rid of some of their cards on their bench. Let's go Avery. Draw 3 cards. If you drew any cards this way, your opponent discards Pokemon from their bench until they have 3. Alrighty. So this might sting because they have to choose. They choose the Pokemon, however, so it might not be as bad. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so they need to discard 2 of them. If I were the person playing, I would get rid of the Mastiff, or no, I would get rid of Ralts, and yeah, the Mastiff as well. Oh wait, no, I would get rid of, yes. Yeah, I would get rid of Mastiff and Ralts. I'm just gonna set up another Eradicate. We have one going, as long as nothing knocks it out. Yeah, alright. Mastiff and Ralts are gone, so now we only have 3 on our bench. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Let's go and use Full Tilt Fling now. For 3 coin flips, we have 3 energy attached, so we need 3 heads. So wait, let me redo that off camera. We have 1 even, 2 evens, 3 evens, so that's a total of 180 damage, and that Kirlia is knocked out. There goes their draw engine. Alright, so we take a prize. It's an Ambipom. Okay, so now we go into our Eradicate. And we draw a card to begin the turn. First off, let's evolve our other Rattata into a Alolan Eradicate. Let's put a Sobble down. Let's go and... I don't know if I have another Mastiff or not. Okay. Quick Shooting Inteleon. Ooh, interesting. Okay, I see something that maybe we aren't in a good position to do anything to. Quick Shooting onto the Ambipom. That won't really do anything, so I have to kind of wait 1 turn. So they're going to switch out. So let's do Quick Shooting onto the Cherim. It's going to go to 50 now onto the Cherim up there. Let's use our Super Fang. So now that Ambipom has 10 HP left. Alright. Let's go over here, draw a card for Team Ambipom. It's a Zorora. We need to try and switch out. How are we going to do that? Well, we're going to have to use the retreat cost, discard one of these energy. There we go. Alright. Put this up here. And bring in a new Pokemon. Let's see. I think we're good on our hand right now, so we probably don't need the B-Barrel that much. Okay, we aren't going to be able to do anything either because we don't have enough energy to do so. Go Zora down, but that might block our bench. Alrighty, we're going to pass. Now, time for Team Eradicate. We have boss's orders. But we don't even need that boss's order, so we could just go Quick Shooting. Quick Shooting onto the Ambipom. That's gonna KO it since that was 2 damage counters and we only had 10 HP left, so that's going to KO this Ambipom. However, there was Gift Energy. So, Team Ambipom draws until they have 7 cards, so we draw only 1 because of that Gift Energy. Now, on this side, we take a prize card for knocking out that Ambipom. Once I pick this one up, there we go. Prize card. Okay. I could put a Rocky Helmet onto something here, just in case. Rocky Helmet onto the Inteleon. Alrighty, let's go and let's use Super Fang. So on B Barrel, that's going to be 10 HP left onto the B Barrel. Alright, Team B Barrel draws a card. Okay, I think now we need to actually use our Zoroark's Phantom Transformation. Yes, we kind of do. Kind of do need to do that. Alright. Get an Ambipom on. We're going to use Zoroark's Phantom Transformation. Replace the Zoroark with a Stage 1 from your discard. So Ambipom. We're going to add this double turbo energy to the Ambipom. And see what else I could get rid of. We could use Rescue Carrier to bring out an Apom, just in case. And I think we're gonna be good because, yeah, another Ambipom just in case. There we go. Alright. Gloria, no, that won't help us at all. Alright, we're just going to be sitting there. We can't switch out anyway, so we're going to pass to Team Raticate. Team Raticate draws a card. It's an Ultra Ball. Alright, we're going to boss orders away that B Barrel, so switch the B Barrel into the Apom, I guess. Oh wait, no, not into the Apom, the Ambipom. You'll see why in a bit. Alright, well, here goes quick shooting again to the B Barrel that has 10 HP, so that's another KO. Team Raticate takes another prize card. Alright, now we can't do anything else. Alright, we've done everything. So we use Super Fang again. So now it's back to 10 HP on the Ambipom. Team Ambipom draws a card to begin the turn. We need to retreat. So that's where this gets into a lot of monkey business, quite literally. Let's actually not retreat. We'll keep this energy on there. We'll also evolve that Apom into another Ambipom. Now, you see how many prize cards. Okay, so since the opponent has 3 prize cards, I believe. Yes. They have 3 prize cards, so let's go and play Roxanne. Each player shuffles their hand into their deck, then you draw 6 and your opponent draws 2. You can only use this card if your opponent has 3 or fewer prize cards remaining. Alrighty, let's do it. Draw 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's our new hand. And the opponent shuffles and only draws 2. One, 2. Alrighty. In our new hand, we have Grass Energy, so from the Spring Bloom ability, we could add it to the Ambipom. Oh wait, no. Spring Bloom ability. Let's add it to... Actually, do you know what? Let me think here. Let me see what else I have in my hand. Switch card. Oh, capturing, no. I'm going to go and put that energy onto the Ambipom over here. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's fine. So at least we have one ready just in case. Let's put the Zora down. We won't be able to evolve it, though, unfortunately. We can't attack this Raticate because we have only 10 HP, and there's a Panic Mask. So that means we pass, and it goes to Team Raticate. We draw a card to begin the turn over here. Probably don't need anything else. We could put this double turbo into the Inteleon just in case. You know, you have to be prepared. For these things. Alright, Professor's Research. And we might deck ourselves out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need to force a switch somehow. Alright, we got an Escape Rope. Very good. Let's place this Rufflet down onto the bench just in case. We have a Halucha. Let's go with Escape Rope. We're going to switch into Zorua. We're going to switch into our other Raticate that doesn't have enough energy, but we could fix that really soon. Let's go add our double turbo to the Raticate, another double turbo. Now we have enough energy to go and use Super Fang. So that Zora only has 10 HP left. Alrighty, Team Zora draws a card. It's a Capturing Aroma. Have a Panic Mask, so we need to get that thing out of there. We could use Switch Cart, switch your active basic with one of your benched Pokemon. If you do, heal 30 damage. So this thing is actually going to go to... So it's at 60, so it's going to go to 30. Let's bring out the Ambipom using Switch Cart. Alright. Since this Ambipom does not have any damage on it, I think we can use Full Tilt Fling. We need 2 evens. 1 odd, 1 even, so that's going to be 60 damage onto that Raticate. Alright, Team Raticate draws a card. It's a Rattata. Alright, we could just go and Super Fang. We also want to go in Quick Shooting, so I'm going to say Quick Shooting first. So, Quick Shooting onto the... Quick Shooting onto the Ambipom. This Ambipom over here, that's going to kill it. So Team Raticate takes another prize card. And now this Ambipom will be hit by Super Fang. So now it's at 10 HP. Alright, 2 prizes left. Okay, let's draw a card for turn. Capturing Aroma. We don't really need that. We kind of do. We need to put an Apom. If there are any left. Let's see. There should be 4. there should be some APOM left. So let's use a Capturing Aroma. Search your deck for an evolution if you flip heads, and if it's tails, find a basic. So we need an odd number this time. It's an odd number, so we get to search for an APOM. There we go. Now we shuffle our deck. Alrighty, now we need to retreat, because you can't really do anything. So let's go and retreat. Put that over there. Bring out the APOM. Or no, bring out the Zora. Or any of these, actually. Let's bring out the Zora. Used one of the Capturing Aromas, so there we go. This still had a 10 on it, so... Alrighty. Can't attack, so we pass. Now to Team Eradicate, we draw a card for the turn. We could go Quick Shooting onto the Ambipom. So that's going to knock it out because it only had 10 HP left. We take a prize card, and it's now match point. Do we have a way of switching? No, we do not. If we play this correctly, we could just end it right on the spot, I think. Yeah, okay, so let's do that. Let's end this thing right on the spot. Let's use a retreat cost of 3, so double turbo. Can't, wait, I might have a dark energy. No, I do not. Ah, we have enough, so we could just probably discard. Go like that. Let's bring out the Antilleon that has a double turbo to it. Now, we use Waterfall. That does 50 damage. And that's going to knock out the Zora, and Team Eradicate wins this game. Alright, so that's how you play the Team Eradicate deck. Hope everyone enjoyed this TCG Pokemon card game tutorial. Really hope to try out more decks, more single prize decks, more budget decks for all of you to also try out and experience. I know it could be difficult to find all those, Miraidon EX and all those other crazy ones that they're using right now, so hopefully, we're able to learn from each other here and build some more affordable decks for all of you to enjoy. So yeah, that's about it. Our last prize card, however, was Hisuian Heavy Ball. Alrighty. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much to Adventures of Anna for joining us live, and as well as to all of you who watch these videos later on once they're on the replay on my YouTube at One Who Gets Bread. Please drop a follow if you liked this content over here on my Twitch and also on YouTube, or not if you don't want to. It's all good. I appreciate you coming here and joining me regardless. And with that being said, please do something nice for someone. Have a good one. Good night, everyone, and I'll see you guys later again. Thank you so much, everyone. Good night. Take care.